Hawa, Barakati Hawashai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Hawashai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Hawashai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. That belongs to apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to you, beloved Akim, that is pushing this word in sincerity and truth with humiliation all across the four winds to you. I salute. This is the brother, Desire One, back at you with another lesson to the spirit power of Yahweh Shai. And pretty much me in these times, these last days, and wickedness on a whole, another level, and also in particular these women are fucking wicked. They ain't got no shame, no morals, no standards, nothing. They're going at the door. Alright, and in these times, like Apostle always to say, you might as well get with a woman from another race. Don't fuck with these hyenas. They ain't got no respect. Alright, these hyenas, the nigga woman, a lot of them, they ain't got no respect for themselves. They big mouth, they loud mouth. Alright. Okay, they self-willed, arrogant. Alright. No accountability. In these times, but it's best to just go for a woman of another race because, our woman finished by, these hyenas. And I can show you a clear example of that. Alright, this is Sirach 26 and 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. You see the balance, right? A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Alright? It says Sirach in the AIOV, Sirach 26 and 25. Contrast a headstrong or stubborn wife with one who possesses more modesty and shame, highlighting the social and spiritual consequences of behavior. The verse suggests a disobedient wife is viewed as dishonorable, or a dog, a bitch. Alright? You see that? Or a dog or a bitch in some translations. You see? A shameless woman is considered a bitch, while a martyred wife is equated with fearing the Lord. It says meaning and key context: headstrong, stubborn woman. Ben Sira characterizes a woman who defies traditional roles or lacks social modesty as headstrong or self-willed. You're going to see an example of that. As a dog comparison, this comparison refers to the low regard of unclean status of dogs in ancient times, emphasizing a loss of reputation and social standing, shame and fear of the Lord. The contrast is between selfish pride and respectful modesty or decency. And that's what a lot of these women don't have. You're going to see in this video clip. Woman in the fucking store with pajamas on. These women are disgraceful, boy. They ain't have no morals, no decorum. That's Jake. Alright, a nigga woman. Decency or sense of shame that aligns with godly fear. Now, this woman these time, you should see the things these women, these young generation is be wearing, wear anything to show their camel toes and dress to get a dress. Because, you dressing like a hoe, niggas can dress you like, or people can dress you like that. They ain't gonna have no respect for you because you don't have no respect for yourself. Alright? That's how it is in this day and time. Look at the dress code of these young women. And they teaching their daughters and things to dress like fucking harlots. Alright? Harlots. That's why the scripture say a harlot be counted as what? Let's get it. Right? A harlot be counted as what? I don't want to run too long. I don't get the video clip. It says, Sirach 26:22, an harlot shall be accounted a spittle, but a married woman is a tower against death to a husband. Alright? You know what spittle is? Spit. You see? Now back in the AI overview, it says context. This verse is part of a larger, highly critical section in Sirach. chapters 25 to 26 regarding relationships, specifically warning men about difficult wives. All right. You know, the scriptures put us up on game, right? The ultimate red pill book. This put us up on game. It says, regarding relationships, specifically warning men about difficult wives while praising good mothers or silent wives as gifts. You got one of them, you got a gift, babe. That's a gift from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, babe. You don't want no damn loud, no woman who disrespectful, always chirping and shit, babe. Me, I ain't want it. Usage examples and synonyms. Usage context. Often used to illustrate the value of modesty, deference, and traditional marriage roles in wisdom literature. It is often cited as a harsh example of patriarchal, Salaki if I pronounce the word wrong, patriarchal views advising caution regarding a wife's autonomy. Okay? Let me get the video clip, right? Let me get it. Check this out. Disgraceful. This woman gets banned from public for wearing fucking lingerie in public. No more shame. Man, so what? And listen, so what?
Yeah, that was you getting kicked out.
Okay. They kick her ass with a big fucking mouth.
Because of you. The Kroger outfit. But they wear the Kroger, not public, right? Kroger, not public. I don't care.
Yeah, you see that? They don't care. And that's their mentality. They don't care. You know? You don't want a woman like that in the day and time? Wearing fucking lingerie. Wear that fucking home. They only get no more respect. They don't care. Get your fucking ass out.
That's a damn public Kroger outfit. Stop playing with me. Okay. Stop playing with me.
Yeah, that's how these women go. They don't care. Oh, I don't care. You don't care? Get your ass out. You see? You don't care? Get your ass out, man. You don't care? Get your ass out. Fucking harlots, boy. It says Sirach 26 and 22 means contrast the low worth of a prostitute regarded as spittle with the serious protective or destructive nature of a married woman. It says, hold on. Let me look up spittle, right? It says, Sirach 26:22 states that a prostitute or unfaithful woman is considered a spittle or spit. This metaphor signifies that such a woman is despised, worthless, and held in low regard. That's a lot of these women out here, especially young. The verse often contrasts this with a faithful married woman. Okay? Alright? That's the opposite. It says, context. The passage discusses the types of woman contrasting in various translations. A hired woman or prostitute with a loyal wife, meaning comparing a prostitute to spittle illustrates total disdain and contempt. It says, while many translations like NRSV, and KJV use spittle or spit, others such as YNT also mention that unfaithful wives are considered a deadly snare or a tower of death to their lovers. Alright, that's a lot of these women. But these women out here, a lot of them ain't got no shame, man. So a shameless dog should be counted as that, like the scripture say. A bitch. A dog, that's a dog is a bitch. No respect. The best thing to do, leave these hyenas alone. The apostle keeps stressing, they ain't got no respect for nobody. They ain't got no respect, no morals, no standard, nothing. You know, I heard one of my there's a saying, not saying actually, you know, one of my co-workers told another co-worker that she don't care how high your body count is. He said, oh fuck, these young people, they say like, wow, just run amok and bamboozle. But there you go. That's just pretty much it. You know, stay away from these hyenas. Shalom.